Peace, peace, peace. It's titled Conscious Competition. Something I've been noticing from the conscious community. I don't think the conscious community is just on YouTube. You have a version of the conscious community on YouTube, even though I don't think it's no longer conscious. I think it's more about competition. But even in the streets, even with activism and boots on the ground, competition. Something I was wondering, I started questioning myself. I said, I wonder if black people will ever get unity. I said, I don't think we will. Why? Because it's too much competition. I mean, everybody keeps saying if you get woke, if you become enlightened, it's just going to be so different. Yeah, I think it's all on the individual basis. Because it's like when I became woke, when I became enlightened, I'm thankful for the things that I did take away from the YouTube conscious community. We all got our process. Some of us, not all of us, some of us come into the conscious community and we become conscious. And we don't just become conscious, in regards to having self-awareness, but we become conscious in the fact that our life's purpose and, each individual, your purpose for life and what's your purpose, how you're supposed to go about fulfilling your purpose and what are you supposed to do, how are you supposed to contribute. Some of us do that. Like myself, it took me, a couple years, you know what I mean? And now I'm in school to learn logistics, to learn about manufacturing. Because, I think it's all well and good that we can fashion and we can be about food and farming and all the above. That's all well and good. But we got to expand. We're trying to liberate. It takes a lot more than just, having, markets and, farms and fashion. It takes a lot more than that. We got to expand. We got to start doing our own manufacturing and stuff. Something I saw from this one brother on Breakfast Club. He said it. He said, if you have a black-owned business and you're not getting your stuff made in Africa or in Ghana, he said, you ain't got a black-owned business. And I agree with that. And that's something that I think one brother I follow on Instagram, Bitter Mike Show, I think he reposted it. And I agree with that. I was like 100%. If you're not getting, like he said, black manufactured, you're not exporting and stuff, trying to, import. I said myself, you're not, I agree. Well, I agree with him, what he said, 100%. I don't think it's really black owned then. So this is why I feel like it's important for us to expand, and do something that's really going to be beneficial, something that's going to be to where we can corner, and take over. Certain things in the market and claim. So this is why I'm, school is process. It's everyday thing, everyday struggle. With that said, I'm still out in the streets. You see it on Instagram. I'm still going to the festivals. I'm still out there with my people. I'm still supporting black. I'm still donating. I'm still purchasing. It's nothing wrong with, I even do it promoting black businesses. But I also want to promote what I'm trying to do as well and be a contributor. It's all well and good people want to promote other black businesses, but what else are they doing in order for them to promote? It's all well and good to promote fitness and all that, but make sure that you're healthy as well. You know what I mean? It's all little different things, but something that I'm noticing in regards to the YouTube competition community, and even ones out here in the street, ones who come off of YouTube, come from watching that. I think it's a lot of sisters. It's a lot of sisters pushing competition. Sometimes I thought it was some of these dudes, who portray themselves as Don Kings, portray themselves as promoters. And I understand that they are guilty as well, but they just puppet masters. It's some of these people, it's the puppets. You know what I mean? It's the ones that, some of these males got dangling, from strings. And some of these sisters and stuff are just not warriors. They're not somebody who can stand on their own and make their own decisions. They're just somebody who's a puppet. Got a hand up their ass. And they're just a ventriloquist dummy. And I see that a lot of them are about competition. It's all about competing with your other fellows and sisters. And this is why I think that we're never going to get unity, because some of the people is about, being the best. And I thought if we were really about a community, then that's what we wanted. We wanted unity. And we wanted to push that. And we wanted to embrace any and everybody as long as they're about black power. As long as they are contributing. If they're a contributor and they're about liberation, why would I cast you aside? Why would I keep, taking indirect settled shots at you? Why would I want to keep discrediting you? I'm appreciative. Here it is, another potential soldier. Here it is, another person who's genuine enough to spend their time, their money, their effort, all the above. Why would I want to cast away that? But that's when you see that it's about competition. Everybody want to talk about if they got the hardest struggle, if they do the most, if they do the most work, everything about what they do, all about, telling us about their resume, listing their resume. It's all about that individualistic attitude. You know what I mean? And it's all about them and themselves and whatever. And that's why I said it's all about, okay, I did this. It's all about that ego. And trying to act like they superior and they want to, act like they're above. Like, everybody has their opinion. We all entitled to our opinion. If people don't like what I got to say, you don't got to tune into my video. But to tune into a person's video just so you can critique it. Just so you can tear it down and tear it apart. Just so you can try to sit yourself as superior and talk down to another person. It's like, are you really about black power? Are you really about liberation? Because I look at all of it. I don't just hear the fact that you scream black power. Sometimes the biggest person, the loudest person scream black power could be the biggest infiltrator. So that means nothing to me. Especially when people are bought. If you for sale, if you for bought, if you're desperate for money, if you're all about money, if you do everything in regards to the money you need, if you're in debt and you got to clear off debt, all of that could be looked at. Because how do I know that if the government don't offer you a way out and say, you know what, we'll clear this debt for you, you won't sell us out? So I got to look at all that. I got to question everything. That's me personally. Especially when people's about competition. That's something that really wakes me up and make me to pay attention to you. If you all about competition, if you all speak on that, if all you are is about attacking and tearing down the next brother or sister, especially the next sister, but then y'all want to say y'all about sisterhood and y'all about unity and we love our people, do you? Because your actions sure don't prove it. Some of your words don't even prove it. When you quick to do a YouTube video just because you want to slam other people else and you want to and you want to pretend that you are it, or you want to be all about competition, or you always want to brag, or a lot of these females, what they do, they steal people content, they steal people ideas, they steal people, they take credit for people who, for if you expose the fraud on YouTube, if you expose the agent provocateur, you got females out here who take credit for that. Trivial stuff. I'm going to take credit for exposing this fraud. Who does that? Who goes to watch people's videos and steal their content and regurgitate it? Who goes stealing people's ideas and regurgitating it? But you about unity and sisterhood. I'm thinking it's a lot of these sisters. I keep trying to blame the men, but I don't know if it's the men. Like I said, some of them are, puppet masters. Some of them are ventriloquists. Some of them are promoters in regards to the competition and whatnot. Some of them are not really black power, even though they've been pumping their fist and quoting it for 20 years. They haven't really done anything to add liberation. So, and we know a lot of them about that as well. And they don't want to see you shine. They don't want to see you be a contributor. So that's when you realize that they're not really about black power. Because if they were, then they would be busy trying to stifle you or stagnate it. Or stifle anybody who's a part of it. Or try to stop them even in regards to in person of what they're doing. Try to set them up and whatnot. So, plot on them. All the above. You see how vicious, this community is. It's very vicious. It's a game to them. It's a chess game to them. That's how they see it as. They link a community and black power to a game of chess. They link it to a game. That's how they see the black power, black liberating community as a game. That's what they're about. Competition and going back and forth and stifling, stagnating somebody else and sicking out females and other dudes and stuff to attack and discredit and pull them down and feed them negative energy and all that. And that's when you realize what kind of frequency they're on. But then they want to portray spirituality, talk about how they vegan, all this, that, there, and third. You know, I'm this, I'm about farming, I'm all about my people, liberating. But then take all that. But don't realize that I'm stealing from this one sister to regurgitate content. And I'm taking shots at her so you can push her down. And I'm trying to, you know, tear her down. I'm trying to feed negative energy to her spirit. You know, all the above. I'm trying to be about competition. I'm trying to be a spirit. I want you to just look at me. I'm just all about individualistic behavior. Even though I want to talk shit about everybody else. And I want you to always look left while I got my hand in your back pocket, while I'm doing something underhanded. So, gotta look at all that. People want to take shots at you, some of these brothers, stealing your content, listening to you, watching every video, but then still taking shots. You know, I laughed when I heard this one video and the person was like, you know, well, if you support homosexual, you know, then you should have homosexual kids. I said, but you don't support a homosexual when you watch the videos of a known one, such as myself? So, you know, something that people need to think on. You know what I mean? But, you know, that's regardless. But I just, you know, it's just something that, you know, you have to think on when you, or think about. Because you tune into every video, every last one. So, whether it be on Facebook or YouTube. So, if you tune into every last video of a person that you know is known, does that say that you're supporting it in a way? And to the point where you listening it so deep to where you can regurgitate it for your own channel. So, I just started realizing that a lot of people, you know, are not what they claim to be. You know. Even when they claim to be about, you know, brotherhood and sisterhood, they really claim to be about unity. They really say they got love for black people. And they really got love for the ones who really are about black liberation, black power. The ones who are really being contributors. The ones who put their money where their mouth is. The ones who are donating and supporting. You know, you got a problem with, you know, me, then you must don't want my money either. You know, people got to look at that. I see a lot of fakeness in regards to a lot of people, even in regards to leaders. You know, something I was thinking about when people talk about the chakras and how important that is. And I said, well, I think our crown chakra would be the most important, right? People say that. Our crown chakra is the most important. Then why girls is wearing weave and wigs and covering up that crown chakra? Don't you think that that's really important? And what are you doing when you covering up that crown chakra? But then you got some of these leaders who've had plenty of videos talking about why we shouldn't wear weave. Liking girls wearing weave on Instagram. Liking their pictures. You know what I mean? I see that. I see what leaders I follow on Instagram. I see them liking pictures of girls wearing weave. I'm like, but then you got 50 million videos on your YouTube channel speaking out against it. Which is it? You like it or you don't? You know, one's one to holler at other people. One's one to knock other people for being Hollywood, for using the black community and scamming and moving on to Hollywood and getting into music and getting into, you know, pushing an album and recording. People got mad at all that and being around celebrities and all that. And people came and went, but what are they doing? Pushing mixtapes, being on party buses, you know, pushing, you know, albums, being around celebrities, all the above. Are they real or they fake? Are they trying to follow what they accuse other people of doing? Was they busy telling us to look left while they was doing us right? While they was having their hand in our back pocket? What was going on? So now that I'm starting to realize all this, you know, I don't really want to be associated with it all. You know, even when I talk on Facebook and upload it to YouTube, I'm not really talking to the frauds. They know who they are. The ones who maybe associate themselves in this conscious community, but all they do is talk shit about it. But then they the main ones who made it to what it is. Talk shit about it, but the main ones who made it to what it is. Never acknowledge your contribution in regards to what it is. And the fact that you made it all about competition. The fact that you was a contributor to fucking slander it and bring it down and troll it and you know, just make it into what it is. Which is strictly about competition. Strictly about disrespect. Strictly about degradation. Strictly about that. Strictly about theft and regurgitation. So, I expect all my videos to be regurgitated because every last one of them have been. I expect this one to be regurgitated because every last one of them have been. Come and watch every video of mine faithfully, but then talk shit about me in the same breath. Come and watch every video, but then talk shit about a person who's same in there, but then watching a known one, accepting it in some way. Come and watch every video to the point where you can regurgitate it, but then want to pretend as if they're your own thoughts and pass them off as your own. And belittle another individual. But then say that black power, y'all, in the same breath. Black power and black liberation. And that's what it's about. Is it really? Or do you just say that because you feel like it's feel-good talk for the people and hype talk and you just want to pass it off? Are you an agent in infiltrating? Are you ran by the government? Are you old? Are you old? Do you have dues that you have to pay back to this system? Do they own and control you? Are they still doing it? Are you an agent for them? Will it come out later on? So, you know, it's just a lot of whatever. Everybody want to pass the buck and blame. You know, they want to talk about other people. Other people need to do this. Other people need to go to Libya. Other people need to go here and all this. And I'm like, well, what about you? Why is always passing the buck? Passing, saying somebody else need to do it. What about you doing it? What about we all doing it together? What about we handle things as here? Because there's a lot of human trafficking that goes on here. And who knows what slaves they're becoming. Or something for organ harvesting. So do we want to address that? No, of course not. Because they don't even want to talk about it. They just want to talk about the latest topic. Whatever's the trending topic, let's talk about. Because if you really cared about black people, there's stuff that goes on here every single day that we need to be addressing. That doesn't get mainstream media attention. That we could be enlightening. We could be bringing light to the topic. But no, most of the conscious community waits on, or the competition community wait on a trending topic before they speak about it. That's usually what they do. So, I don't know. For me, yes, I'm about black power. Definitely. This is why I'm being a contributor to it. Not just contributing to other people, platforms and what they're doing, but contributing in regards to what I'm doing myself. Not just promoting black businesses, which is good because that's what we need, because we need to know where the businesses are so we know to support them. And not everybody black is black, but we know what that means. But in regards to, it's not just about that. It's not just about promoting what other people are doing. It's about what you're doing as well. How you're being a contributor. And like I said, we need expansion. We need to get into all the genres. So, that's why I've stated over and over about voting, about all the above, how we need to get into that. That's all I'm about. So, just something I just had to get on my chest because I just started realizing that there's a lot of frauds, a lot of fakes, a lot of ones who disguise themselves as black power, who disguise themselves in that, and they got the masses fooled. It's a shame because genuine people don't get it. The real, true, genuine people don't get it. You know, they don't get it because it's like people is drawn to the fuck shit. People are drawn to the competition. People are drawn to the drama. People are drawn to the lies. People are drawn to the stagnation. But people are not drawn to the genuine genuity because a lot of people don't really want to do the work. A lot of people are lazy. They just want to say it. They just want to feel good. They just want to equate it with doing the work, but they don't actually want to do it. They don't actually want to change. They don't want to apply to certain things to themselves. They don't want to grow. They don't want to elevate, evolve, because that takes work. To put yourself first, to love yourself, to put self-care, all that, because you got to love yourself. You got to have self-care. You got to put all that on point so you can continue to be rejuvenated, so you can continue to keep putting that out there for your people. You can't give it all and then you got no energy left to give to yourself. So you got to continuously keep working on yourself so you can continuously be there for your people. No one's so powerful to where they just have all this energy to just drain. It's all about self-care and self-love. That's not the same thing as individualism. There's a difference. Self-care and self-love, everybody should be doing. Individualistic behavior is when it's all about you. You're actually not here for unity or for your community. But it's all about what you've done. It's all about not what you've done, but it's all about what you say. It's all about what you probably lie about. Who knows? So it's all about that ego and the fact, and I think that a lot of sisters on YouTube stay in ego. And I realize that when they on YouTube, it's because they don't got boots on the ground. They not doing no activism. They not doing no work. If you spending all your time on YouTube, then I know that you ain't doing no work. If you got sun up to sun down to do 50 million live streams all day long, I know you ain't doing no work. Because there's no way in the world I could be on the camera and doing work. So I know for a fact you ain't doing that. Just promoting black businesses and giveaways is not going to liberate us. So we got to do more than that. And expand and do some actual work. Doing that for 7 to 9 years that people have been on YouTube is not liberating, which is why we're not liberated. So, and I think a lot of people, a lot of females and stuff live in their ego. A lot of males too as well. And this is why they can't be humble and have no humility. This is why they're about competition. This is why it's bringing the jealousy and things like that. Because they really not for their people. They're just for themselves. So, when I see people, take more pride in what they look like in their appearance on YouTube versus your message and what you got to say and what you're doing and how you're trying to inspire. But you're more caught up in trying to get people to be in their root chakra. You're more caught up in trying to, entice and attract and promote, sex to an audience. Versus trying to promote, them to open their third eye. And trying to get them to focus on this chakra, you want them to focus on the lower one. So we know what frequency you're on. So, when I see all this, I just realize it's competition. And I have just moved on and unsubscribed and just moved on. Because I'm not tuning into no more of the crap. I'm tired of the crap. It's crap to me. I'm tired of the low frequency, low energy, mediocre, immature, competitive, stagnated, black power here. The form, that's their form of black power. And you got to be kidding me. That egotistical, living in your ego. You are just it. Everybody's supposed to bow down to you, listen to you. You did it all. You say it all. You want to be able to correct everybody. You're not open to embrace and say, well, you know what? I might not agree with everything the sister say or what she do in her personal life, which is none of my business anyway. But the girl is out here free. She not asking for nothing. Even if she was, it don't matter because she out here and she's trying to enlighten her people. She out here after getting enlightened herself. She realized that it's not just about getting enlightened, but it's about what I'm doing with the consciousness. How am I paying it forward? How am I pushing it forward? And she out here, she trying to be a contributor. Let me embrace. If I'm really about sisterhood and brotherhood, if I'm really about unity as I say I am, then let me embrace her. Yes, sister, thank you. Thank you for your contribution. But people don't do that. No. They like, oh well, you don't vibe with a person that I vibe with. So, well, I'm not gonna vibe with everybody. It's like you're not gonna vibe with everybody. You ain't gonna vibe with everybody I vibe with, just vice versa. So that means what? You just cast a person aside. So all that makes no sense. When I look at different things and just little bit by little bit, a lot of stuff just makes no sense. That's when I realized that a lot of them are just fake and phony. And people don't even want to acknowledge that you got scammers in the conscious community, in the competition community. People don't even want to acknowledge that. We ain't saying everybody is a scammer, but acknowledge that there are scammers in the community. When you don't want to acknowledge that, you make me think that you're one of them. Stop acting like everybody do it for righteous purposes and righteous reasons. Everybody don't. You might be one of those then if you can't even acknowledge it. So, that's just something that, a lot of us got to look at. So, I just started realizing that a lot of this stuff that I'm seeing in the community is fraud. It's fake, lies, deception. It's been all the above. I reckon with that. That's why I'm glad I'm just kind of moving on and being on my dolo and just kind of separate myself. Even when I talk now, I'm just talking to, people who are willing to listen, but I'm not associating myself part of that community. I'm not associated. I'm associated with the boots on the ground community. Well, ones who got boots on the ground. You ain't got boots on the ground, then I'm not associated with you. And I'm not associated. I'm associated with the boots on the ground community. That's my community. My community is boots on the ground. So, if you are a person that's actually about black power and black liberation, and you actually a person that's about being a contributor, and you actually a person that's about black liberation, which is black power, because black power is about liberation, then you are a boots on the ground. Period. If you ain't, then you're not. So I'm associated to the boots on the ground community, and that's what I talk to, and that's what I'm associated with. Period, point blank. I ain't associated with people who's just about the fuck shit, who's just about keeping us stagnant, about stifling everything, about keeping us entertained, about making me feel good and giving me feel good moments and making me laugh, because that's not liberating. And that's not liberating me. In the meantime, we still facing genocide and extermination every day. And gentrification. But everybody don't want to focus on that. They want to focus on the competition. And attacking another brother and sister and pulling them down. And discrediting them. That's the energy that they want to put out there. That's the time that they want to spend on it. That's what they want to focus on. And spend their time and energy on. Instead of actual liberation. Everybody just want to say the word liberation like it just sounds good to roll off their tongue. But nobody actually want to put in the work to actually achieve it. That's where I'm frustrated with. And that's why I said, you know what? Drop these people like a bad habit. And drop them in regards to just even paying attention to them. Even if they on somebody else's channel. If you see them on somebody else's channel that you subscribe to, don't even waste your energy watching the video. Because you already know what they're going to talk about, and it ain't going to be nothing. It ain't going to be nothing uplifting. It ain't going to be nothing inspiring. It ain't going to be nothing that's going to, channel your energy into something positive. It's going to be nothing to uplift you or empower you. It's just going to be something to discredit and pull you down. Because you got to deal with a lot of jealousy with other females and a lot of competitive other females, and if they can't use you to bang on other people that they against at that time, then they want to discredit you too. But when everybody was banging on you, or dudes was banging on you, they was a part of those platforms and whatnot, and kissing their ass and letting them be on their channel and being on their channel. When they was banging on Geneva, it was no love. People was willing to forgive the motherfucker and everything else. Some of these females who's getting banged on now by other females or by this dude was one of his moderators and coming at me. But now all of a sudden when the shoe's on the foot, then you want help. Then you want everybody to come to your side. And then want to take credit for exposing a motherfucker that I've already exposed. And you can see it on my channel. And videos months prior, me calling people Asian provocateurs and everything else and saying how they hated black women and all this other boy. But now you exposed it because now that you're on the end of it. See what I mean with the fake and the phony? There's so many fake and phony females on YouTube. It's ridiculous. I think it's more fake and phony females than it is males. We understand we got a lot of down low bitch nigga males on YouTube. We understand that. And their competition is women because they down low bitch niggas. We get that. So, but it don't excuse a lot of the behavior from these females. A lot of the behavior for them is already ratchet. A lot of behavior from them comes from them. It don't got nothing to do with these dudes. It's them. Period, point blank. And only when the shoe gets on their foot do they want to talk shit or do they want to want sympathy and empathy and everybody to come to their aid and their rescue. No, stand on your dolo and do it yourself because when you was doing something grimy. So, you know, it's just a lot of fake and phony females. You can't even call them women because they not. Female, we know that's a given. Or girls. Because when you was born, that's what the doctor said, girl. And a lot of y'all didn't mature. So it's a lot of fake and phony girls. Girlish behavior. You can see it. You can see the girlish behavior. That's not a woman. It's a girl. And that's why I ain't got no respect for them. And I can't roll with them. This is why I stay on my dolo. This is why I'm not teaming up with nobody. I'm not helping you do shit because I've been on my dolo. Anytime I went back at people, I went back at people on my dolo. And even while I'm still doing it, I'm doing it on my dolo. I don't ask for no help. Are you a leader or not? I'm a leader. If I'm a leader, then I don't need no help. I'm not a puppet. Can't nobody dangle me from a string. I'm not for sale for board to where you could just pay me and I'm here. Anytime you call me out, I'm your flunky or whatever. Anytime you need help or anytime you need somebody to go in on somebody or anytime you want to take shots at a person or discredit them, here I am to just go. I could just go because when you call me, I come running. No, I'm actually a warrior queen, an actual leader. I doubt any of the warrior queens was a ventriloquist dummy. I doubt any of our warrior queens was a puppet and was for sale. So, and can come running when anytime a dying king call you. You come running to do his dirty work. I doubt any of our warrior queens was like that. So, when you actually a leader and you actually make your own decisions and you run your own shit and your rules, then you can be considered that. Until then, hell no. So, whoa, the fake and phony females, the fake and phony girls, the fake and phony girlish behavior. I might title that video this. So, I'm going to end it on that note. I think I ran it long enough. I just had to get a lot of stuff off my chest and just let it be known as to why you don't see me joining and linking up with nobody. Why you don't see me coming to their aid or helping them. Why? Because I see them for what they are. They've exposed themselves. They revealed their true selves right before my very eyes. And now that they have, I'm done. I'm not even going to tune into this shit no more. I don't care what they got to say. People can continue to take shots at me all day long. Enjoy it. I hope it elevates you. I hope it makes you feel good. I hope it liberates you. I'm going to continue to do the work that I'm doing. I'm going to continue to be in school and everything else. And hopefully once I finish school, we will see. So, and that's just it. So, peace and love. Peace and love to everybody who watch. Everybody going to tune in. Keep heads up. Keep boots on the ground.